Hey, Beanie, it's good to see you again.
Yes, good to see you too.
I've got a question for you, but first, I just wanted to say that thank you again for being one of the women entrepreneurs in the book that Rose Smith and I have written called Black Women in Business, Journeys in Resilience. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for featuring me and inviting me. It's an honor.
It's a great book, great book. Thank you so much. But my question for the day is, because you're such an successful woman in all of your endeavors, how do others support you in what you do, either in business or in your community activism? How do others support you?
I would say, support, it comes from like 360 degrees. It comes from every angle, because sometimes in the nonprofit world, we say supporters, we're talking about donors and funders. And of course, there are those, people that, and it always is people that believe in you at these institutions that invest. But it's just that knowledge, the sharing. It's groups like Black Women in Business. Like I remember, people had to through my volleyball group, people had to convince me to even get on Facebook some years ago, and I did it just to connect with certain groups that talked about volleyball. They were like, get on there, and but I was still scared of it. And I remember like Rose Smith had Black Women in Business came and showed me the ropes and was like, this is how you amplify social media and get out there and you tag people and you do this and you do that. And she's just breaking it down, and yes, I've been a professional for a long time. I'm accomplished, but it's just these little moments where people are just feeding a little something into you and you're admitting what you don't know. I think that's the key, because then that allows people an opportunity to share. Young people, oh my goodness, how many times when I remember working an after school program, or what was then Reagan High School, is now Northeast here in Austin. And when students would come in my office, I put them to work, and they were filling out purchase orders and doing facility requests, because I'm like, hey, you know better what kind of incentives you like. Go through this catalog and you write, this is how you write. So we were supporting each other, but
Yeah.
I needed the help because I didn't have the bandwidth. I was busy all the time. They helped me get through computer tech issues. So like, oh, miss, that's easy. Let me just, and boom, boom, boom. And next thing I'm rocking and rolling again. So it's community. It's like when we say it takes a village, sometimes we talk about the child to keep one of us going in whatever it is, work, life, business.
Mhm.
You can always glean knowledge from any source, and there's no one that you need to write off at any point as not being someone that you can learn from, quite honestly, even if they're people you don't like. I sit at tables sometimes with people who have, we've got our histories and whatnot and whatever, but they're the right person for the right time. And there's still always something I can be learning from their expertise, their knowledge, the things they say, or even how they do what they do in a certain way in order to open doors. Or, so it's just like, it's not just a power dynamic when we talk about who supports you, like the people that I went to for funding or a job or to help me, with a resume or something, but it is all those things. And
Mhm.
it's so much more, when I think about my little girl who I keep talking about, but of course, she's at that age where that's like the center of your life. But I say, I'm hungry, but I'm busy. She's like, oh, I'll go get you something, and she comes back with peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but that's support. She saw a need. I was in need
Yeah.
and I didn't factor in eating into a day. And her doing that while I'm even in a meeting, it's like
Uh,
support really does come from all angles. And I'm willing to accept it from anybody and everybody. Because if you're going to do anything like what I've done or others who have done much more than me, you're
mhm.
going to need it. So, I'll just remain open to support from all angles.
Yeah, well, and it's not going to be very long before your 6-year-old is a 7-year-old and knows more about technology than you do. I mean, that's what blows me away is these little bitty things that just know how, oh, that's easy. Just this, and this.
She already does. I saw her on her iPad providing tech support to her little friends through they're on FaceTime and she's walking them through. You got to go to the app store and then you're going to click on it and you're going to look for this and type this into and she can read and write and do all this stuff. And I was like, little girl, people get paid to do this. We should be making money off of you right now. Like, she's providing tech support. This is what they do. They walk people through, so just, and that is amazing to me, just to be able to watch that. But yeah, support comes from all levels, all angles, and all ages.
Absolutely. And accepting support is strength in itself. So good point there. Well, thanks so much for sharing your insight today. It was great visiting with you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.
All right. Thank you. Likewise.
Okay. Bye-bye.